The fall deer hunting season is underway. This is the second season that New Jersey hunters can now stalk their prey on Sundays. As Ed Rogers tells us in tonight's Environment Report, the added day can be tracked to the growing strength of one group.
The story of how the New Jersey Outdoors Alliance was formed starts 3 years ago when hunters, fishermen, and other sportsmen joined in opposition to a bill that would have changed the makeup of the state's Fish and Game Council. Opponents said it would have reduced the number of sportsmen on the panel. The alliance worked successfully to defeat the sponsors of the bill, Mike Panner and Ellen Karcher, in the 2007 legislative elections.
We only had 2.5 months. We didn't have any background in politics. It was a grassroots effort, and that's what we are today. We remain grassroots. But what we did is we notified as many people who were involved in conservation, understood conservation, fishing, and hunting.
The Outdoors Alliance has about 20,000 members statewide, mostly but not exclusively from other fishing and hunting organizations. The founder, Anthony Morrow, says the coalition has also supported other candidates, such as John Adler and Chris Christie, in their races. The group has also influenced environmental policy. The alliance was able to get a bill approved by the legislature and the governor permitting bow hunting for deer on Sundays only on state wildlife management areas. That ban on Sunday hunting lasted for decades.
That took a lot of education because in New Jersey, a lot of people live in urban communities or suburban communities, and they don't really have that link to wildlife anymore or understand the need to cull wildlife. So it was a big push, to answer your question.
Another priority for the alliance, changing the way the state manages some of its forests. The idea of managing the forest through actions like controlled burns is at the heart of the Outdoor Alliance's philosophy. Morrow says compared to environmental groups, the organization puts a priority on conservation rather than preservation.
There's a philosophy in New Jersey by a lot of people who think that man should not touch Mother Nature. When it comes to forests, we should not cut down any trees. And the problem with that is Mother Nature uses conservation, sustainable use of a resource to manage her ecology.
Others involved in developing environmental policy say the Outdoor Alliance is emerging as a force.
They are very effective in representing the interests of hunters and fishermen and women, and I think they add to the debate. I think they're being very responsible citizens. They come to our committee meetings, whether they have an item on the agenda or not. They listen to what's being said.
I think they've had impact in both good and bad ways. I think in a positive way, they've been a good voice for conservation and stewardship issues on open space, but also in a negative way, they've been pushing a fairly strong hunter agenda.
The alliance has formed a political action committee to contribute to individual candidates, although Morrow says the organization is not involved with any of this fall's congressional races. They will probably play a role in next year's battle for control of the legislature.
Our strength is really in getting out the vote. It's a grassroots effort. We don't have, at this time, large amounts of dollars to spend.
Ed Rogers, NJN News.